Hello, everyone. Dr. Hassaan Tohid here, once again, live with an amazing session on how to be successful. And I am going to share this video with all of you who are not here yet. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you for joining. Thanks a lot. And we are going to have a wonderful session, a very informative session, a very useful session. I have collected all the material that I would like to discuss with you all today. So it's a very fruitful session, and I can promise on one thing, that after today's session, you are going to be a new person. You're not going to be the same person in terms of knowledge, in terms of wisdom that you had before, and you will have a whole new outlook of life, and you will have a whole new concept about life, how to be successful and how you can move forward in your career. And actually, to be very honest, after today's session, one day you will realize that you did not have any problem in becoming successful in your life. You knew everything and you felt so relaxed because you knew that you are bound to be successful. You're born to be successful. Remember this. Let me tell you why, and I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. And just give me a second. Let me make sure everyone has the link. Everyone is here, and make sure you do subscribe here on this channel, and type right now. And if you're watching the recording later, then you can type, and I'll come back to you and answer your questions. Hi Guru, hi Shikha. Thank you, guys. This is a non-research related session. Okay, this is going to be something that you guys have not enjoyed before, and you guys have probably not seen before. And that's my specialty, that I do this for our students. I'll teach you what I learned about success. Okay, so first of all, thank you Ganza, thanks a lot. Thank you Mega, thanks a lot. Monsef, thank you. Of course you can, of course you can, and I will see if I can answer that today. Otherwise, after the phone call, after this live session, I can answer this on the phone call. Okay. So we are all set. Okay, so there is a question here, and we are starting with the question, but this question is out of the topic. Okay, so we will talk about this later. Okay, so guys, ready? Hi Olive, thank you Madi, thanks a lot for joining. And okay, so today's topic is how to be successful, how you can be successful. So first of all, what is success? What is success? How many of you know what is success? How many of you know what is success? Can anyone tell me the definition of success? I have mentioned that in one of my videos before, but if you have not watched it, and that was so many years ago. So I just need to know if you know what success is. Anyone has any idea, any comments? Just type here, and then I will let you know. exactly what is the definition of the word success. Nobody has any comments? Okay. So guys, now the thing is, we all want, let me give you an example. Everyone wanted a vaccine for COVID-19, right? Everyone was looking for vaccine. Oh, I want the vaccine. So everyone Googled vaccine. Everyone went online, searched about vaccine. They studied about vaccine. They researched about vaccine. They learned about the signs and symptoms that they can get after vaccinate after getting vaccine after getting vaccinated. They spoke with different people. They spoke with different doctors because you were getting a vaccine. So you did your whole research about vaccine. You studied about vaccine. You spend your time on vaccine. Everyone did it, right? And you communicated with people. Oh, did you get any symptoms? Oh, what about the second dose? Did you get any symptoms? Everyone is curious about it, because when we are about to get something, we study that what is exactly this thing all about. But when it comes to success, success is something that everyone wants in his or her life. In his or her life, everyone wants success. You want success, I want success. And if you know anyone, they want successful. Nobody will ever tell you that I did not want to be successful. But how many of you have gone to Google and searched the word success? How many of you have studied the definition of the word success? How many of you have read books on success? How many of you have carried books in your home on the topic of success? So, guys, we cannot have the thing that we don't study. In order to get anything, we need to study that subject. Now, let me give you an example. If you want money, you gotta study money. You gotta study finances. You gotta study how to be rich, how to be financially accomplished. If you want health, you gotta study health, how to lose weight, how to be fit, how to remain healthy, how to not gain weight. Everyone studies this. So you have to study. If you don't study, you cannot be fit. Same thing is with success. In any aspect of your life, in any part of your life, you gotta study success. You gotta become a lifelong student of success. So many years ago, I decided that I will be a lifelong student of success. Things were not going in the direction I wanted. Things were not moving in the direction I wanted to go. And I did not know what is happening. How am I gonna be successful? And I was complaining. I was upset. I was finding somebody to blame. Because naturally, when you are upset, things are not going in your direction. You tend to blame other people for your failures. I was like that as well. I tend to blame others. I tend to find reasons and to give responsibility to somebody else of my failures. At that time, I came across a video on success, and actually, I was starting to search success because the things were not going in my direction. I said, okay, let's see how can I be successful, just to feel better about myself. That if I see something about success and successful people, I'll feel good about myself. And then one video led to another, one video led to another, and at the same time, I got a book on success. My aunt gave me a book as a gift. 10 successful laws of time management, time and life management, something like that, by Hiram Smith. By Hiram Smith. 10 successful laws. So I was a student of natural and divine laws. I used to love this topic even before studying success. But at that time, I understood. When I saw this book, She told me that, oh, son, you want to be successful, right? You are struggling in your career right now, and you want to move forward. This is the book. Your uncle used to read this book, and this book made him successful. And I still remember very clearly. I was cleaning the garage, and helping her actually. So she found that book in the garage, and she gave me that book. She said, "Your uncle read this book, and this made him successful. Why don't you have this book and read it?" And when I saw the title, it blew me away. So like I was like, 10 natural laws of success. So there are laws of success. So I know there's a law of gravity. I love to read natural laws. I love to read divine laws. I love to read different kinds of laws, the principles, the law of motion, the first law of motion, second law of motion. I understand that there are laws in this world, but I did not know that there is a law of success. And it was a great news for me. You know why? Because I believed in laws, I knew laws, I was a student of natural laws. But when I saw that there are laws of success, it gave me a smile on my face, and I said, wow, this means nobody can now stop me from becoming successful. Because laws mean, natural and divine laws, that if I drop something due to the law of gravity, it will fall down, right? We all know this. Body in motion tends to remain in motion. We all know this. These are laws. So I knew that if I follow these laws, I'll be extremely successful. Nobody can stop me now, because now I know that success is the matter of just laws. And this means that if I do certain things, I will be successful for sure in my life. So you got to believe in the laws, that there are divine laws. Nothing in this world works without natural or divine laws. Everything is a law. You have law of aerodynamics, you have laws of aerodynamics. I'm not an aerodynamics champion, but I'm just assuming that there are laws of aerodynamics. But there are laws, the Archimedes principle, and the upthrust, all those, in the water, outside the water. We have the laws of flying, we have the laws of driving, we have the laws, the laws, not the country laws of driving. I'm talking about the velocity, I'm talking about the motion, I'm talking about the speed, I'm talking about those kinds of laws. That there are natural physical laws that we can see, but there are some divine laws that we cannot see, but we feel, and we see the results later. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what we are going to talk about today. If you follow it, if you listen to me what I'm saying, it will change your life. It will definitely change your life. Okay, so now let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. So what is success? So different people have different definitions. Let's read what different people have read, have written. When we accomplish our goals, the accomplishment of our goals, okay, being satisfied with what you are and where you are going, reach your goal in a positive way. Okay, so Olive, your definition is quite close to the real definition if you study the word success. So guys, remember, success is not always the achievement of goals. Let me explain to you why. Do you think a general or a soldier who has a big mission, and he goes on that mission and he dies without winning that battle, but his army wins in the end, but he died, is he successful or is he unsuccessful? if if there is a soldier who goes on a mission with his army, but he dies in the middle, but later on his army wins, is he a winner, is he a loser? Another question, another question. Martin Luther King, he was killed, assassinated. He did not accomplish his goal in his life. Is he successful? Is he unsuccessful? So many great leaders of the world, they could not achieve their goals. They just gave the idea, they gave the motivation, they gave the inspiration, but they did not achieve that goal and they died before achieving their goals. Do you think they are successful or they are unsuccessful? If achievement of goals is success, then they are unsuccessful. That's why the achievement of your goals is not success. Moving towards your goal is success. As long as you are predetermined, you are moving in your direction, you have decided where to go and you are working on that direction, working on that goal and working hard, hard and hard, and you are really, really focused and moving ahead gradually, moving ahead towards your goal. And even if you die in the middle, you are successful because the achievement of goals is not in our hands. This is something we all need to remember, that the achievement of goals is not in our hands. The achievement of goals is in the hands of nature. If you believe in God, you don't believe in God. If you believe in nature, you don't believe in nature, you just believe in God. Whatever you do, the end result is that the achievement of your goals is not in your hands. You can just plan, you can work hard, you can move forward towards it. If you achieve it, that's wonderful. If you don't achieve it, but you were struggling to achieve it, you are a successful person. So don't don't ever think don't ever think that if you have not yet succeeded, if you have not yet successfully achieved your goal, you are not successful. If you're moving ahead in that direction, you're still thinking about it, you're still working hard on it, you are a success. If you have stopped doing it, if you're not moving in that direction, then you are not a success. Now, once you, and definitely along the line you will achieve more, you will have more achievements, you will have more goals accomplished. You may not have your biggest goal accomplished, but you have other goals accomplished, or you have achieved your biggest goal accomplished. You have gotten your biggest goal accomplished, but the smaller goals are not yet accomplished. So are you still a successful person? Absolutely. Now, who will decide if you are successful or not? Let me tell you something. People who saw you when you were young, when you were a kid, they will never accept that you are successful. Your childhood friends who grew up with you, they will never accept that you are successful. Your jealous enemies will never ever accept that you are successful. Even if you win a Nobel Prize, they will never accept that you are successful. And there will always be people who will tell you you are not successful. There are always people who will tell you you cannot be successful. There will be some neighbors, some jealous relatives, some jealous friends, ex-friends. A good friend cannot be jealous. Okay, a good friend cannot, should not be jealous. If he gets jealousy, he will just take it out away from his mind, and he will not be jealous of his friends. So if a friend is being jealous, that means he's not a true friend. He is an ex-friend. Okay, so people will not accept you're successful. So what do you gonna do? If you get residency, people will not accept you are successful. People who are jealous will not accept you are successful. They'll say, oh, he got lucky, oh, she got lucky, oh, she knew the residency director, oh, he knew the residency director, oh, he had good relationship with the residency director. And if she has jealous college friends, they would say, oh, I know how she got matched, she dated the residency director. Okay, those kind of accusations, foolish accusations. And people who are jealous, will never accept that you are successful. People who are not jealous, they will not even accept as well that you are successful, because you grew up with them. They will say he or she is just like us, even if they are sincere, but they just, their mind cannot accept that he is just like us. How can he be successful? Although they are not jealous. Only few people, only few people, probably one or two in your life, you will see will accept that, oh yes, this person is successful. Usually who accepts you as successful person? Outsiders. When they see your success, who have no relationship with you, when they see your success, they will identify you as a successful person. But does it matter? No. What matters is, how do you define success? Actually, progressive realization of a worthy goal. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. Write it down. Success is the progressive, progressive. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy idea or a worthy goal. When you are moving towards achieving your goal, you are successful. If you're not moving towards achieving your goal, you are not successful. That's simple. But now, even around the line, along the line, if you achieve so many things, and now the goal you were moving towards, if you are lucky and you do achieve it, you do achieve it, people, there will be people who will accept, you will never accept that you are successful. Now this is another situation, I'm telling you, this is very important. If your goal was to achieve US residency, if your goal was to achieve the fellowship in the US, if your goal was to achieve the training program in the UK in dermatology, for example, and you achieve it, and you were lucky enough that nature really gave you, God gave you that chance, and you did achieve your goal because you were striving for it. If you did achieve it, if you did achieve it, what will happen? If you did achieve it, people who are jealous will still never believe that you have really become successful. That's what jealousy is all about. Jealous people will not accept you are successful. Jealous people could be from your blood relatives, can be from your neighbors, can be from your ex-friends, can be from your co-workers, anyone. Jealous people don't come with the horns. They can be in any form. You cannot identify. So they will never accept you are successful. So who will decide if you are successful? Only you will decide if you are successful. Sit down peacefully and think about it. Ask this question to yourself: am I a successful person? If the answer is yes, then you are a successful person. If the answer is no, then you need to keep working hard towards your goal. And many of the goals, nature will give you those goals. Many of those goals, you will be able to achieve them. 80 to 90% of your goals and tasks, nature will give you the chance to achieve it. You may not be able to achieve 100% of your goals. Actually, I would say nobody can achieve 100% of his goals, because we would have been gods, and nature or God wants to show us that we are not God. We are not God. If we were able to achieve all goals that we set for ourselves, we would be gods. We would have been gods, and we are not gods. We are God's creatures. So we should remain in our limits, who we are. We are very tiny. And nature is so beautiful. God is so beautiful. He gives you the chance, or the nature gives you the chance to achieve 80 to 90% of your goals. I'm telling you the reality. You will still be able to achieve 80 to 90% of your goals. If you live long enough, you will achieve 95% of your goals. But you will not be able to achieve 100% of your goals. And you don't need that. In the long run, you will realize, yeah, those were unnecessary goals. I didn't need them. I have so many other blessings. I don't need that anymore. So who will decide if you are successful? You will decide if you're successful. Ask yourself, ask your heart, am I a successful person? When I sit alone, I ask this question to myself, am I a successful person? The answer is yes, you are a successful person. You are successful in whatever you have. You have achieved so many things. God has given you so many blessings. You have so many things. You achieved 95% of your goals, probably 99% of your goals. So what else do you want from nature? You should be extremely grateful. You are extremely successful. I have everything that I was dreaming about so many years ago. Everything that I used to dream about. I used to dream about that I will have a cell phone. There were times in my life I used to dream about that one day I will have a cell phone. I've seen those kinds of times. And I'm very, very open about it. And I feel proud of telling everyone that I am a very humble person and I have come from a very, very humble background. I had nothing in my pocket, and everything today that I have used to be my dreams. And I had so many dreams, and nature gave me so many things. So now the question is, am I successful? Absolutely. So ask yourself, are you successful? Ask yourself, are you successful? If the answer is yes, then you are successful. Ask yourself today, sit down quietly, write down on a piece of paper, ask yourself, am I successful? So now you know how success is done. You keep moving towards the goal. So that means success is goals. One of the experts, I don't know who said that, but it was like success is goals and everything else is commentary. Nothing else. People who are successful and people who are not successful, the only difference is successful people set goals. You need to learn to set goals. You need to learn to set goals. Goal setting is such a vast subject that I probably will have to do a whole session on goal setting one day so that you guys can learn to set goals. Remember, we cannot live a life without goals. Like in the movie Alice in Wonderland, Alice asked this cat that which path should I take? The cat asks Alice, depends, where do you want to go? Alice says, I don't know. Where do I want to go? The cat says, then it doesn't matter which path you take. It doesn't matter which path you take. Imagine if you sit in a car and you start driving and you don't know where you're going. What will happen? Imagine if a pilot is flying a plane, he doesn't know his destination. What will happen? Eventually, the plane will crash. He will run out of gas if he doesn't have a destination. And they say a person without goals is a ship like without a rudder. You know the rudder of the ship? The rudder is like a steering wheel. Steering wheel of a car is like a rudder of the ship. So a person without goals is like a ship without a rudder. That's coming from the experts. I don't know who said that, but it is a very famous statement. Because if you have goals, you know where exactly you are going. If you don't know where you're going, your ship will either sink, you will die, or you will get lost in some other direction where you did not want to go. And remember, in next 5 to 6 years, you are going to be somewhere. There is no question about it. The choice is yours, whether you want to be there where you want to be, or you want to leave it on autopilot. Unfortunately, most people leave it on autopilot. I discussed that yesterday as well. Most people leave it on autopilot. The choice is yours. You eventually will reach at some destination in next 5 to 6 years. In 2026, 2027, you will be somewhere in your life. You will be living somewhere. You will be driving some kind of car. You will have some kind of family, some kind of neighborhood. You will have some kind of money in your account. You will have some kind of things happening in your life and some things in your career. Now, the thing is, do you want those things to be of your own choice, or you want them randomly? Because what nature has, what other people have planned for you is not much. Remember, not other people, nobody plans for you. You have to plan for yourself. You eventually have to move and go somewhere, because 2026 or 27 is going to come anyways. You have to decide whether you want to move to a new direction, you want to move to a new life. If you don't plan, if you don't take action, if you don't take responsibility, you will be in a direction where you did not want to go. After 6 years, 7 years, you will just regret it. How come I get here? You got here because you did not do anything and you just let the world run on autopilot. You take action. Had you decided to set some goals, even if you had decided to set 10 goals, you would have achieved at least 8 of them. You would have had a different life today. If you don't have that life that you always wanted, that means you did not set your goals. Now, this is very important. Dreaming of something does not mean it will become a reality until you set goals. So this is important. You need to write down your dreams and then they become goals. This is the difference between a goal and a wish and a desire. Goals and wishes. What is the difference? The goals and wishes, or goals and dreams. The difference is the goals are written. If you write down your dreams in a journal, that's why you should keep a journal. If you write down your dreams in a journal and you make a habit, develop a habit of writing those goals. How often? Every single day. Wow, this is strange, right? This sounds difficult. But trust me, there are people, successful people who have achieved something. They have a habit of writing their goals every day. They look at their goals every day. They think about their goals every day. They write down their goals every day. That's why they are successful. Many people are always confused that how come some people are always successful? They keep achieving things. They keep achieving whatever they want. How does that happen? This happens because they learn a secret of writing their goals down every single day. If you cannot write it every single day, then at least write most of the days. I know it is not possible to write the goals always every day, because sometimes you are sick. Sometimes you have an urgent appointment, you leave at a place, and then you forget to write your goals down. And this happened to me as well. So what do? I come back and then I write it down. Next day, I make sure I write it down. So occasional slips do happen. That's fine. It's a part of being a human. Occasional slips. But most of the days, are you writing your goals down? You write your dreams down and they become your goals. The moment you write them down, they become your goals. Have you written it down that I want the residency in XYZ hospital, in XYZ program? Have you written that down? If you have just thought about it, you have not written it down, this is just a dream. You'll be lucky if you achieve it, but if you write it down, 80 to 90% chances are that you will achieve it. If you live long enough, you will achieve it 100%. Okay, let's rephrase it. If you live long enough, chances are 100% that you achieve it. And what if you do live long enough? We don't know whether we live long enough or not. So that's why we should set the best goals we can, the highest ever possible goals as we can, because we don't know if we will live long enough. If you live long, first, let's say you think, oh, I will not be alive in the next 30 years, so I don't need to have a plan for my life. And what if you live 60 years? And you guys are young. You guys should have a long, a goal of living a life of like 80, 90 years, maybe 100 years. Set a goal of living a 100-year life, and set a goal of achieving your goals. And most of the goals, you will achieve them. Some goals you will not. So this is what is the power of goal setting. I want you guys to write the goals down. And now, how do you set goals? You write the goals down, and then you write down the plan of how you achieve this goal. Break the goal into points. Break the goals into different points. I would say break the goals into smaller chunks. Like in psychology, we say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you bite an elephant? One bite at a time. So break your goals into smaller chunks. It will become easier. If it's a bigger goal, how do you achieve it? You break your goal into smaller chunks. Now, if you want to take USMLE step 1, that's a bigger goal. How do you achieve it? Break into smaller chunks. 30, 40 pages a day, 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 every single day. And eventually, you complete your first read. Now, you world, 1 block a day, 1 block a day, 2 blocks a day, 2 blocks a day, 1 block a day. You cannot do everything every day. So you just need to keep moving forward towards your goal, breaking it into smaller chunks. Let's say 30 pages a day for first aid, 30 pages a day first aid the next day, 30 pages a day first aid the next day. And once you complete your first read, you come to your world, 1 block a day. And then quick 30 pages same day, try to revise it. 2 second block next day, again 30 pages. And you divide it and you divide it, and you finally achieve your goal. This is how you achieve your goal. You cannot achieve the whole goal at once. This is very important, to divide your goal into chunks and write a written plan. Once you have a written plan, you set a deadline. Remember, no goal can be achieved without a deadline. And remember, there are no unrealistic goals, there are only unrealistic deadlines. There are no unrealistic goals, there are unrealistic deadlines. So you need to remember that if you are not able to complete your world, if not able to complete your first aid, that means you set an unrealistic deadline. So modify the deadline. So you will have a goal list. You write down the list of the goals you want to achieve in next year, in next 5 years. Just focus on next 5 years. Don't focus on more than 5 years. It becomes really, really difficult. If you just focus on next 5 years and mainly focus on next 1 year, it will become easier. And you write down the goals of this particular year. And the moment you write it down, you will see the magic that 80 to 90% of the goals will be achieved. Even if you write it once, you can achieve 60-70% of your goals. If you write it once and you put that away, so many people have done this experiment that they wrote their goals down and they put it away, and at the end of the year they opened that book where they wrote their goals down and they saw that 60-70% of their goals were achieved. Before that, they were not doing anything. Now imagine if somebody is writing it down every day. He may achieve his all goals, 100% of his goals. So you need to learn to set goals and learn to plan your goals, how to accomplish your goals, and divide them into smaller chunks and set a deadline and set a schedule. When do you want to do it? Like there are certain goals that I want to achieve in the month of May, and I have written that. It's always in my journal, every month's goal and every day's goal, every week's goal. I have that in my journal, and I have shown that to you a lot of times before. If anyone has been following me for a while, they have seen my journal. I would have shown you other journal. This is my other journal. This is my journal for my notes, for the wisdom I collect, the knowledge I collect, the wise statements, the quotations from famous people. I write them in this journal. But my goal list journal is a separate journal, and I'm trying to see if I have this here. No, I don't have it here. So otherwise, I would have shown it to you. So the point I'm making here is that I write down my goals every day, and I want you to write your goals down every day, every month, every week. And like I have some goals in the month of May, and I didn't know how to achieve it. How will I be able to do that? So I just gave May 18th the day and May 20th the day of for two particular tasks that I feel that if I don't give a particular day to those days, those tasks, I will not be able to achieve them. So you gotta give a schedule to those tasks. Okay. Now, quick question. Quick question by Brian Tracy. Zero-based thinking. After you have done your goal setting, and even before, while doing your goal setting, quick, quick question is very important. Knowing what I now know, what will I not do again? Knowing what I now know, what will I not repeat again? Knowing what I now know, what mistakes will I not do in my life again? Knowing what I now know, what actions will I take in my life? So using the previous experience that you have, you ask this question to yourself every day, knowing what I now know, what one thing I will do. Okay, and another thing, what one thing? Now, how do you set your goals? This is very important, a very important question for goal setting. Knowing what I now know, or you can say, what one thing I will dare to achieve if I knew I would not fail? If I give you a guarantee that you will not fail, what goal will you set for yourself? That is a very good goal. It's a very, very powerful goal for yourself, and probably your purpose. That's your definite purpose of your life. So think about it. If you don't know, if you don't know your goal, you cannot move forward, right? That's for sure. But now, how do you decide your goal? You just ask this question to yourself: if I knew I could not fail, if I knew, this is one of the most powerful questions. And I don't know if this question did not actually affect me a lot, but a lot of people, this question changed their lives. I don't know, it depends on person to person. I won't say this question changed my life, but this question has changed so many people's lives. So it can be you, probably any one of you. This question can change your life. What one goal I would like to achieve if I knew I could not fail? What one goal I would like to achieve if I knew I could not fail? What one goal I would dare to achieve if I knew I could not fail? What is stopping you? The fear of failure. Fear of failure. So just think about it, that if imagine that this is a guaranteed success. If you could not fail, what is the goal that you will achieve? What is the goal that you will set for yourself? Write that goal down. This is going to be your definite purpose. Write it down. And knowing what I now know, what will I not do? Knowing what I now know, what will I not repeat? Knowing what I now know, what will I not try? Knowing what I now know, who will I not make my friend? Knowing what I now know, which relationship will I not get into? Think about these things. Ask this question every day. Ask this question every day. If you ask the right questions, right things will start to happen. Okay? And another thing, if you win $5 million today, let's say somebody gives you 500 dollars, sorry, not $500, $5 million, or let's say $10 million. Let's say you get $10 million. if I give you $10 million today, what will you do right away? Will you quit a job? If you quit a job, that means you were not doing the right job. If you get, let's say, change the amount, $100 million. If you get $100 million, what is the thing that you will do right away? If somebody gives you $100 million, will you quit your residency? If you are going for residency, somebody gives you $100 million for rest of your life, will you go for residency? If not, that means you have not selected the right profession. This question solves a lot of problems. This question gives you the direction. Because if even after somebody pays you $100 million and you still want to do your job, that means you are living the life of your dreams. If you give me all the wealth in the world and ask me not to teach, I will throw that money away. That money doesn't mean anything for me because I cannot live without this teaching, without this guidance. I cannot. Try giving that to me. Anyone offer me that money, I'll reject that money right away. If somebody can buy your profession by giving you money, that means you're in wrong profession. If somebody can buy your relationship, somebody can say, okay, I'll give you $100 million, give me your boyfriend, give me your girlfriend. If you want to give your girlfriend or boyfriend for $100 million, you are not in a right relationship. This is a very powerful question. Okay, and if you have only 6 months to live, this is also a very important question. Write it down. If I have 6 months to live, what will I do right away? These questions will tell you what you value the most. Ajinus, $100 million, $100 million, if it can buy you your profession, that means you had a wrong profession. If somebody pays me $100 million and asks me a condition, have me sign something, you will never ever give a lecture, you will never go live, you will never conduct a session on teaching, you will never teach anyone anything after this, sign it. I'll never sign it. If a doctor who loves this profession, somebody pays him $100 million and says that you will never ever treat patients after this, sign it. If he really loves this profession, he will not. If he asks me to stop doing counseling for my patient, it doesn't matter. Think about it. You know the answer better. Same with your relationship. If somebody pays you $100 million and wants to purchase your wife, wants to purchase your girlfriend, wants to purchase your husband, wants to purchase your boyfriend, will you sell your boyfriend or your girl for $100 million? If you do, that means you are in the wrong relationship. Because people we love, we cannot sell. Anything we love, we cannot sell. It is priceless. And these are the questions that define your value, your morals and values. Can you sell your kids? No, you cannot, unless you are a sociopath. Unless you are a sociopath, sociopaths can sell anything, anyone. If you are a normal person, you will not be able to do that. Okay, so these are the questions that will change your life. So while setting the goals, these questions are really important for success because they give you the values and morals, because goals without morals and values make you evil. Important because goal setting does not mean becoming rich, making money. You are rich if you have people who love you. You are rich. If you have all the money and with yourself, you don't have people who love you with yourself, If you don't have people who love you around you, if you don't have people, if you don't have friends who love you, if you don't have health, you're not healthy, all that money is useless. So wealth and richness does not always mean money. So change that definition about money. Money is just something to make us comfortable. Money cannot buy us happiness. That's true. Many people say money can buy us happiness. That's so true. Everyone knows this. Money cannot buy us happiness. Money is never there. Money was never there to make you happy. Money was there to make you comfortable. I got this chair because I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted this garden because I wanted to be comfortable, so that in the evening I can sit and sometimes I do my exercise here, I lay down to make me comfortable, but not make me happy. Because if I lose the relationships I have, the friends, if I lose my values, if I lose my culture, if I lose my people, if I lose my students, I'll not be happy. If somebody just puts a condition on me that I cannot teach, you give me all the facilities in the world, I will never be happy, because happiness is associated with something else. Money can give you momentary pleasure, but also the drugs can do the same thing. Happiness is eternal. Pleasure is temporary. Pleasure is dopamine. Happiness is serotonin. Long term, forever, happiness. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Now, once you have set your goals, you have written your goals, you have asked these questions to yourself. The next question, the next thing you need to remember is think about your goal all day long. Think about your goals as much as you can. We become what we think about all day long. This is by Earl Nightingale, right? Nightingale. Think about, we become what we think about all day long. He used to say that. And by the way, the definition, success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal, is also Earl Nightingale's definition. Forgot to mention that. So Earl says in this, in so many of his books and his lectures, success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. We know that. And the second thing he mentions is we become what we think about all day long. So whatever you want to think about, just do it, and you will become that person. We become what we think about all day long. So I knew we become what we think about, but I did not know all day long. Later on, I learned this, that we become what we think about most of the time. This was the life-changing lesson for me. This was the I would say the last nail in the coffin for the success. And I said, wow, if there is one thing I could tell my daughter or my future generations, one line that can change their lives, I would tell them this: you become what you think about all day long. If you want to be a neurologist, think about neurology all day long. If you want to be a psychiatrist, think about psychiatry all day long. If you want to be a rich person with money, just think about becoming a rich person, and you will become a rich person. No power on earth can stop you from achieving that goal if you think about your goal all day long. And in other words, this is called focus. Focus means you are just thinking about that one particular thing that you want. Think about your goal all day long. How often do you think about your goal? When you're taking shower, you're wasting time. Why can't you think about your goal? When you're driving, why can't you think about your goal? When you're running and jogging, why can't you think about your goal? In the evening, when you're sitting idle, wasting time on Facebook, why can't you just think about the person you would like to be? And you will become that person. It's so simple. And remember, you must have a journal to write your goals down. Without a journal, I have not seen any successful person today who has accomplished unbelievable amount of success and he does not have a journal and he does not write his goals in journal. If you are living such a life, forget about become living an extraordinary life. You will be lucky if you become successful, but it will not be by design. I'm teaching you how to design your future, how to design your life, how to design your destiny. The destiny is in your hands. Now, remember, another thing you got to focus on, friends. Your friends will decide your future. Choose friends wisely. Stop spending time with losers. Stop spending time with negative people. Stop spending time with people with no goals. People who don't set their goals, don't spend time with them. People who are wasting their time and they don't care about time waste. They are poisonous people. They could be nice people by gesture, but for your future success, they are poisonous, unfortunately. You need to find people who set goals. And you can, if you are a real person, if you are a true researcher, you will find those people where they exist. So stop hanging out with losers. Now, why do you need to stop hanging out with losers? Remember, many experts believe, and it is so true, that you are the average of the 5 people you spend time with. Some people say you're the average of 4 people you spend time with. Now, if you check your bank account and you ask your top best friends, 4 best friends, they check their bank accounts, you will be an average. Your bank account will be the average of the 4 people you spend time with or 5 people you spend time with. Your bank account will be the average of the 5 people you spend time with. Similarly, your body average of the 5 people you spend time with. If you are spending time with losers who don't have goals, who don't have career, who don't know success, who don't learn success, who don't want to move forward, who don't want to set goals, who don't want to create good finance, you will reflect that in your life as well. No power on earth can change that, can stop it. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you are running with losers, you will end up being a loser. If you are spending time with people who eat junk food, they are all overweight, you will soon be overweight. If you spend time with people who don't take care of their health, they have heart diseases, they have diabetes, they have all the health problems in their lives, you spend time with them for a year, you will be just like them. You will also have the same heart problem, same diabetes, same hypertension, because you were eating the same things, you were eating around the same schedule, you were eating pizzas and all the unhygienic food. So I'm just giving you an example of food or money as an example. Same thing about career. If you are hanging around with people who don't worry about improving their CV, who are not talking about improving their CV all the time, you are among wrong friends. If you are sitting with people who are talking about movies all the time, who are talking about sports all the time, you are hanging around with wrong people. Similarly, if you are spending time with spiritual people, you become spiritual. If you are spending time with religious people, you become religious. Similarly, if you are spending time with people who study success, you will start to study success and you will reflect that success in your personality, in your life. So remember that you are the average of the 5 people you spend time with. So this is how success is done. This is how success is done. This is how you achieve everything. And then the improvement, the phenomena, the last thing I want to mention today, I don't want to waste a lot of time today. The Kaizen principle. You know what is Kaizen principle? You got to follow Kaizen principle. It's a Japanese philosophy. The company Toyota adopted it. And so many other companies now are adopting it. We as CIBNP also adopt Kaizen. What does that mean? What is Kaizen? Kaizen means improvement. And it means that if you keep improving a little bit every day, you will see drastic change in the future, in the near future. Same thing applies to us human beings. If you can just become 1% better every day, 1% better every day, can you be a slight 0.0001% better every day? You will see a drastic change in next 10 years in your life. Financially, health-wise, economically, family-wise, every aspect of your life. Career is no problem. Money, no problem. Family, no problem. Relationships, no problem. Health, no problem. If you just learn to apply Kaizen principle on yourself. That means you become better than you were yesterday, today. Let me explain again. You become better today than you were yesterday. That means you learn something new. Even if you learn one new line, one new wisdom every day, one new vocabulary every day. If you learn, just read one page of of a book on personal development every day. If you just learn something every day, you will be a whole new person in 10 years. Your income level will be 1,000 times more than 1,000 times. Now, many people say he's exaggerating. Go and check 1,000% formula by Brian Tracy. You will understand what I'm talking about. If you improve 1% every day, in 10 years, you can improve your income by 1,000%. Can you improve this much? Yes, you can. A little bit. Learn a little bit of vocabulary, learn a little bit of words, learn a little bit of more skills. And if you want to be a greatest neurologist in the world, just read one page of neurology every day from a neurology textbook, or read one or two research articles that publish every day. See where your knowledge will be in next 10 years. That's how you become successful. So this is it for today, guys. Apply these principles, set goals, write them down, spend time with successful people, stay away from losers, keep moving forward, keep working hard, keep improving yourself. Apply Kaizen principle to yourself, to your life, to your career. If you want to be in any field, apply Kaizen and you will see the huge success in your life. So this is it for today, and thank you. And if you have any question, you can let me know. You can type. If you have any question that you don't want to type here, you can just comment and I will get back to you, or you can text me. So does anyone have any question, or can I leave? Nobody has any question left? Okay, thank you guys. If you come up with any question, because I know this session will make you think a lot, and you may come up with some questions. So if you do leave a message, text me on my WhatsApp, I'll get back to you. Thank you for joining this session today, and we will meet again very soon with a very interesting session, another interesting session, a life-changing session next week, and also the research related session also. And just stay tuned, we'll meet again. Thank you. Thank you guys.